This scale is the weight. So I'm gonna wash hands, knock knock. Good morning, my name is Xavier, I'll be your senior for today. Is it okay if I check your name band? Okay, John Smith, nice to meet you. Is it okay if I call you Mr. Smith? All right, Mr. Smith, I'm gonna be checking your weight today. Is that okay with you? So I'm gonna grab my supplies, I'll be right back. So I'll wash hands, I'll grab my supplies. Knock knock, I'm back. I'm gonna close the curtains. I'm gonna go ahead and start by putting the non-skid socks and also the non-skid slippers. We'll also put on the robe. Okay. And then also remember you have to bring a pen and paper and then also a set of gloves. And then also a paper towel. So we're gonna have you go to the scale room. So put one hand behind their back. I'm gonna ask you if you can have a seat. I'm gonna place a paper towel on the scale. And then make sure that the scale is balanced at 0. And then when you have your partner stand on the scale, they're gonna be facing the scale. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and remove your non-skid slippers, and if you can also remove the robe. So the robe has to come off too. You can just leave the robe on the chair. All right, so let's go ahead and stand on the scale. Start with the bottom bar first. Keep moving it until it clicks. If it drops, you need to move it back. Okay, so now we're looking at this scale, we're gonna move the top bar. So we want it to be balanced, so it needs to be in the middle. There's a little arrow at the end that you want it to be in the middle. Okay, so now the arrow is in the middle. Now I can go ahead and record. So what I see here is 136, and I'll put this in pounds. So you can give the answer in pounds or you can give it in kilograms. It's up to you as long as you get it correct. All right, so Mr. Smith, if you can go ahead and have a seat. I'm gonna put on some gloves to remove the paper towel. I'll wash hands. We can put on the robe. So you can put your robe back on. And then you can go ahead and put in your non-skid slippers. All right, so let's go back to the room. Put one hand behind their back to guide them. You can have a seat. And then I'll put away the supplies. Was there anything else that you needed? So here's your call light. You have your phone, tissue, water, and magazines. If there's anything else you need, just let me know and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the curtains. I'll wash my hands, step outside, record, and report. The next part I'm gonna talk about is the weight. So for the weight, you're gonna use these bars up here. The goal is to have this arrow in the middle. So start with the bottom bar. You're gonna keep moving it. If you land on the white part of the bar, that's going to be in pounds. If you land on the black part of the bar, that's in kilogram. So if you're gonna do pounds, make sure you do pounds up here. If you're gonna do kilos here, make sure you do kilo here. And then once you get the reading, you're gonna keep moving this until this little arrow kind of points in the middle. If it's at the bottom, that's too far. If it's on the top, it's too light. So you have to make sure it's right in the middle to get the exact weight. So those are some of my tips for height and weight scale.